Hey everybody, what's up? This is Ed with edhart.me, and in this Google SketchUp snippet, I'm going to go over two tools that are so useful. I use them all the time, every time I construct a model, and they are the tape measure tool and the dimension tool. Okay, now if you don't see this tool palette, that's probably because you need to go up to View, select Tool Palettes, and make sure that the large tool set is checked. That's how you get the tape measure tool, which you can also find up top, but the dimension tool is only on this large tool palette. So I'm also looking at my farmhouse table plan, and you can find that on the SketchUp 3D warehouse, and you can link to it by going over to my website, edhart.me, looking for the farmhouse table plan page, and you'll have a link to get to it and download it from the warehouse. So head on over there and check it out. So first I'm going to show you the tape measure tool, and this is exactly what it says it is. It tells you how to measure, or it tells you what the measurements are of anything in your model. So in order to use it, you just select it and you click the dot to anywhere on your model. Your tool will click to the edges and the corners, making it easy, and so you just click with your mouse and drag, and notice right there it pops up 38.5 inches, and then also notice at the bottom right corner in the length box you'll also see what the measurement is of whatever you're trying to measure. So if I hit escape, I can grab somewhere else on my model and measure across, so I see now that my table is 72 inches long. So let's say I wanted to see how far out this bridle joint is right here from the edge of my 2x4. I can just click on the side and come out to that, and I'll see that that the bottom of that joint is exactly 2 inches from the side. Now you'll also see that this tape measure tool did something else, which is very cool and very helpful. It created a guide. I'm going to just click and leave that guide there. So you'll see this guide was now created. So suppose I haven't made that joint yet and I just wanted to measure 2 inches out, and then when I later use my pencil tool I can snap to that guide. I've created it with my tape measure tool. So to create a guide, you just click anywhere on the edge of an object, click and drag. So if I wanted to say put a guide 1 inch, you see down in the bottom right I've typed 1 in double quote for 1 inch. If I hit enter, now I have a guide at the 1 inch mark and at the 2 inch mark on this particular 2x4. Very cool. Now something that might frustrate you is if you set the tape measure tool at a corner and expect a guide to show up, it won't. So look, I'll click here and no guide is showing up. So that can be sometimes a little infuriating if you don't know that you have to set the tape measure somewhere on the edge, and now that guide is showing right up. So that is the tape measure and the guide tool. And if you want to get rid of those guides, because sometimes when you're building a model you'll put guides everywhere, and eventually you'll want to get rid of them. So you just come up here to Edit, hit Delete Guides, and they'll disappear. I'm going to zoom back out and show you the Dimension tool. So you've seen this probably a bunch, and this is how you draw the measurements on your model. I'm going to zoom out a little bit just using my scroll bar. And to use the Dimension tool, it's just like the tape measure tool. Set it at a corner, click and drag, and now you'll see it will show you the measurements of whatever you're measuring. Just click again the mouse to end that, and now you can drag that up or out to the side or however you want that to be. If you hit enter again, it will set that dimension tool, and that's so helpful if you want to illustrate all of the different areas of your model and show exact dimensions. So I'm going to go ahead and do the width of the table. I'll click here, drag, and as I pull my dimension measurement up, it'll snap to the other one. So that's kind of a nice feature about SketchUp. Click my mouse there, and now I have the dimensions of my table, 72 inches long, 38.5 inches wide, and that covers how to use the tape measure tool, create guides, and show your measurements with the Dimension tool. Hope this has been helpful to you. Again, come on over to my site, edhart.me, where you can not only access this farmhouse table plan, download it and mess around with it, but you can also see lots of other cool project plans. So head on over and check it out.